What was that? Oh. Oh. I wasn't going to do a live stream initially, but I'm doing one today because there's something I want to talk about. I did just film reaction videos. Just like I finished literally 2 seconds ago. So, but I will start editing them today too. But there's something I need to talk about with you guys. I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in so I can talk. This is an impromptu live stream. I was not planning on doing this, but I have a lot in my head that I need to talk about. And I was contemplating and thinking, should I talk about it live or should I just make a video about it? And I think that it would be better if I just made a live because I have too much in my brain. Too much in my brain. But yeah. So I will wait for some people to come in so that we can talk. It is 3:20. So I like I said, it's an impromptu live stream. If no one comes in like maybe 5 minutes, I'll probably just start. It'll be up so people can watch it. And I'll try to make sure that it's visible to more people than it normally is. But yeah, we gotta talk about some stuff. Now, this is K-pop related. It's K-pop related, but not. Because there's this... I'll wait. But yes, I'll wait on some people and then I'll talk. I'll talk more about it. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. And I hope that everybody's having a good daylight savings because, yeah, we got an hour of sleep, but I still think that daylight savings is a little pointless. It's a little pointless. Also, if anybody is there, let me know if you can see me and hear me well. Because I know there were a couple times where the live stream kind of gets a little choppy and stuff like that. So yeah, do let me know. Also, don't forget to like this live stream if you come in. And I apologize for my sniffles. I know usually I try to like send out a reminder on my community post that I'm making a live stream. Didn't do it this time, sorry. Didn't do it this time. I apologize. Usually I don't do live streams this frequent. So, but yeah. One sec, guys. Oh, okay. It's nobody. Never mind. Yeah. It's actually not as cold in here as I would have imagined it would be. All right. So I'll just wait a little while longer for some people to talk, come in. No. I won't wait. Because I don't know how long this live stream is going to be if I wait. As you can see, the blue and purple lights are back. So, you know, I've been reacting today. And I did. And it was nice to be able to react again after a whole week of not doing it. Because, like I said, my brother came to visit at the end of October. So I was spending time with him while I was working on the last part of the colorism video, the part 2 or whatever. But while I was sitting in my room, in this room yesterday, I got to thinking about something. The reason why so many topics are taboo in the black community and black K-pop community and all that is because we don't talk about them. It's like we've kind of made them the shh topic, like hush topic. Don't talk about it, because every black person should view colorism in the same way, or view the homogenous stuff in the same way, which is not true, because not every black person views it that way. Case in point, me. I'm the outlier, right? The black sheep in all of this. But that said, I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about since yesterday. I'm not saying I'm going to do this a lot. I'm just saying that there's more to this than just colorism. Yeah, I know I said I was going to end it with that video. And for the most part, I think the colorism aspect of it is done. Like we've talked about it, where we've gone over it, we're done, right? Colorism topic finished. But there are aspects of it in K-pop, or just in society period, that I feel should be further discussed. And I think I'm going to segue for a while, periodically, into those topics. For example, people over-glorifying, or what appears to be over-glorification of homogenous society in Korea, glorifying colorism, giving it more power than it really should have. At least on, maybe not so much on a personal level, but I think it's hard to I guess think about it whether it's a personal level or not, but we can get into that in a conversation. And like I said, I'm open to those conversations. I think the more we make these conversations taboo, the less likely we're able to learn the different nuances and things like that. So I think we should have conversations about colorism and things like that in K-pop, and even just as a black society, black community, whatever, because not every black person thinks the same way about these topics. So I think we should have more topics like that. So I'm gonna probably make more videos talking about the different nuances, because I just don't, I feel a inner calling. I don't even know how else to describe it. I feel an inner calling to talk more about this. I feel like if I just end it there and sit it on the shelf and say, hey, I did 2 videos on it, we're done, I feel like it would just be, I don't know, I have so much more in my brain to say than to just limit it to the 2 videos that I did and then say, okay, move on to the next topic. Let's get on to brighter and better things. I don't know. I don't like that. So I'm going to talk more about it. Also, we don't talk enough about the good parts. We always talk about the bad stuff. We don't talk about how for 3 years, Black Swan has been a thing in K-pop. For 3 years, Fatu has been one of the most beautiful and most attractive girl group women in K-pop. We always want to focus on discrimination against the people of darker skin color, but like Fatu's doing her thing. Joseph Butso, no one talks about Joseph Butso anymore. He won. He's not even. Let me backtrack. Joseph Butso, whose parents are from the Congo, but he grew up in the States. Transfer student, transferred from University of whatever state he was in to, I think, Yonsei in Korea. Got onto the voice show, the I Can See Your Voice in Korea, which is like the American Idol of Korea. Won the show, by the way. Yes, an African guy won the show. And his singing made Koreans get emotional. So why do we constantly hyper-focus on the colorism stuff all the time? Like, there's here clear examples of colorism not being a thing or contributing factor. If they were really colorist, they would have banned Joseph Butso from ever getting on the show, but they didn't. And I doubt that it was because, well, we don't want people to think that we're, discriminating against a African guy. I don't think so. Yeah, people think that way, but I don't want to assume the worst. Y'all know how I am. I don't like assuming the worst of people. So I would assume they wanted to hear what he had to say. So they let him on. And he did an amazing job. I've seen his performances. He sounds like he knows the language of Korea very well. And he's a phenomenal singer. I think he even has a few albums or so. I think I've only heard of one, but I think he actually has been doing music that I didn't know about until last month. I looked him up and they said he's an artist in Korea. Like, hello. So not every example has to be they're discriminating against darker skinned people. Colorist. I think that we talk about it so much, and we hyper focus on all the bad stuff. No one ever talks about the good stuff. Listen, now I'm gonna say this. I recorded myself trying to say all this like 3 times, but I have so much in me to say that me constantly having to stop the camera because 16 minutes is my limit. I was like, let me just do a live stream so I don't have to cut off the camera at all and cut it back on. I can just keep going on and on and on. So I'm making a live stream talking about it. So that's why I'm talking about it now. I think it's important. We need to talk about it. We need to celebrate Korea for doing things that break the norm instead of constantly bashing the country for being a homogenous society. And because I'm tired of hearing it. It's like the go-to thing that everybody who believes in colorism so strongly goes to with regards to South Korea. Well, let me just say this. I'm going to say I disagree, but I want to say that, Korea is a homogenous society. Thanks. And I'm not trying to downplay anybody's beliefs. Listen, we know it's a homogenous society. However, they are making changes. They are actually progressing. Slowly, maybe not as fast as we would like, but they are progressing, and we need to give Korea props. Give them props. Give them their flowers that they're due, please. Stop it with this whole homogenous this and homogenous that and colorist this and that's why it's like I can't. It's like I want to get off of the topic, but every time I don't know what that was. Every time I try, there's something else. Every time I try, there's something else that I think about, and I'm just like, this cannot be The only thing that y'all can think of, all because Taman and Key says something about Minho's skin color, and just like denying every other evidence to state that it's not really them disrespecting him. Denying every other evidential thing to say that, well, you're just a shiny stan. That's why you can't hold them accountable. You can't separate the artist from the art. I am separating the artist from the art. I'm not talking about their artistry. I'm talking about them as friends. Artistry is one aspect of it. I don't care about the artistry when I'm talking about the color stuff. I'm talking about the fact that they, because of the industry that they're in, they have been lumped together for years. Together for years in a dorm for years. They've gotten to know each other intimately. More so than they probably care to admit. With that said, there's no way I'm going to sit here and hop on that train. There's no way on God's green earth I'm going to sit here and hop on that train. I'm not. So I think they've been through enough as a group for me to just say, oh, well, what they said was absolutely colorist. It was a colorist for them to, talk about Minho's skin color. And I was like, well, they're all friends. Context matters. And just saying that, well, it's a homogenous society and that's why they shouldn't have said it. No, like I said, I believe that they said it, them saying it wasn't the problem. It was that they said it live. They shouldn't have said it because all of the people that were hurt by it were hurt by it. They wouldn't have been hurt by it if it was said between just the friends, just the members, right? Just the brothers, just the bros. That's it. Leave us out of it, right? But then there's a flip side of that. It's like, well, they can't be themselves. They have to be politically correct. They can't say stuff that would trigger people or make people upset because, stuff like that. And it's like, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. But my whole point of making this live stream was to say that instead of constantly focusing on all of the bad stuff about, as soon as somebody does something, we want to focus on the bad stuff all the time. Call them out for being a racist, call them out for being a misogynist, call them out for being, even when it's not misogyny, call them out for being whatever, right? What about the fact that Korea has actually evolved to a point where you see a woman like Fatu in a K-pop group. You see a guy like Joseph Butso winning the I Can See Your Voice. That'll go down in history. In history. First black guy to ever win I Can See Your Voice. What are the odds? It's amazing. It's amazing. He's competing against Koreans, and he's the only black guy there. And yet, they did not count his color. Otherwise, he would have been eliminated. They were intrigued by this person and his voice. His voice, which outshined his ethnicity, his race, his color. That's what we should be talking about. That's what we should be celebrating. That's what we should be commending Korea for. Not, racist, colorist. Even JYP created a girl group, Vicha, and there are girls who are mixed race Americans in the group. Darker skinned. They're not as fair skinned as what a lot of people would like to see. Right? So can we not go there with the colorist thing? Yeah, that's why I said I made this live stream, because I want to talk about that. It's very important. It's very important, especially to the black K-pop community. And as a black K-pop stan, I think I can shed some light on some stuff that maybe a lot of black K-pop stans aren't considering. I think I can do that. You can agree or disagree, it's fine. But as long as I plant the seed in your mind and let that seed germinate a little bit, right? Think about it, because we always like to assume the worst of everyone who puts like a K-pop artist puts on a do-rag and we go nuts. When one of the reasons why black people put on do-rags, even like black people who don't have hair, is for stylistic purposes. So what's the difference in Korea doing it? What's the difference in other countries? It's like we pick and choose what we want other countries to take from our culture. Like we're okay with them taking hip hop, adopting hip hop into their culture. We're okay with them adopting R&B and all this stuff. But when it comes to, hairstyles, even if their hair's not made that way, that's their problem to figure out, right? If when they're tired of that hairstyle, trust me, they'll let it go. They'll let it go. But it's their hair, and it's a style that they want to wear. And because of how protective black community is over certain hairstyles and stuff, they can't wear it because they're gonna get called out, they're gonna get shamed, they're gonna get hated, all this stuff's gonna happen. That's why they don't want to wear the hairstyles. But some of them take the risk and wear them because they're like, listen, one day I'm gonna die and I'm gonna look back at my life and be like, I wish I had just put my hair in that style, right? So they're gonna wear the hairstyle. People are gonna get mad about it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, like I said, imitation is the biggest form of flattery. Not all K-pop artists, or even Koreans in general, even underground hip-hop Korean artists, not all of them are doing it because, I want to poke fun at black people. Well, whatever it is. Now, I do understand that a lot of black people are angry about it because certain ethnic groups will not be discriminated against in certain places, or at least they weren't, right? But when our people wore hairstyles like that in certain places, we were discriminated against and told to leave. And so we are kind of, I'm trying to be careful, but the word that comes to my mind is bitter. That we're bitter about that. We're bitter about other races pulling off dreads and cornrows and all that and not getting kicked out, but we get kicked out because, we're black. I get that, but don't hold it against them. They're not the ones that are, doing all that. They wear the hairstyles because they like the hairstyles. Sometimes, shocker, sometimes people just want to wear the hairstyle because they like the hairstyle. Yeah, but it's cultural appropriation. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, we need to share the love and stop being so judgmental of everyone that wears a hairstyle that is predominantly of black origin. There are people in the islands that wear dreads and all this stuff, and that's their culture too. They're not black. Like, are we going to call them cultural appropriating people because they wear what we wear? Dreads do not just originate in Africa or wherever. Dreads came from other parts of the world too. Like, a lot of these hairstyles that we see that are black owned, we bought and purchased the rights to the hairstyles or something. They're not black owned, right? Cultures are not owned. They're shared. Now, Indian culture, Native American culture, there are certain things like spiritual stuff, religious stuff. Yeah, okay. That's a whole nother conversation. But I do think we should just focus more on because we've already talked about the colorism stuff. I've made 2 videos talking about it. I don't need to talk about it again. But we need to talk about the good stuff too. Like Black Swan and Joseph Butso. Now, there are other people as well who are of darker skin. Oh, what's the guy's name? He's half Nigerian and half Korean. He's a model. I can't think of his name, but he's a model. I'm sure you guys have seen him on variety shows and stuff. Black guy. He's more black than Korean, but he relates more to the Korean side of his family. and his name is Korean and all that, but his dad, I think, is Nigerian, or I think it's Nigerian, and his mom is Korean, and he has siblings as well, and he's a successful model in Korea, and he did talk about how he was thinking about going to Japan and moving to Japan because of how they were being discriminatory against him sometimes. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not there, guys. I'm not saying colorism doesn't exist in Korea. I'm not denying it. He even said so. But ultimately, it doesn't look like he went to Japan. And look at how big he's become now. He's being led onto variety shows. He's like, all this stuff, all these doors are opening up for him. There's another guy who has a YouTube channel, Vaughn. Vaughn, who is another model who lives in Korea. He's not from Korea, but he lives in Korea. He's a black guy. And I follow, actually, Vaughn got onto me many times because I have not yet completely drawn him. He said he wanted me to draw him, and I have not yet. I'm supposed to be. So Vaughn, don't hate. If you watch this, please don't hate me. I'm sorry. I'm still working on it because I'm not sure if I like what I'm drawing or not. And so I'm wondering maybe I should change it. So Vaughn, don't hate me. But Vaughn is another successful YouTuber as well as model in Korea. And he has a lot of, like, now of course he has to do all this stuff on his own. He's not like a I think he's a freelance model. He's not like I don't think there's a company particularly that has him. He's just a freelance model, so he has to put himself out there. But he's doing good. I think from what I see, he's doing good. No one said anything about his... I'm sure there probably has been people that said something about his skin color. But I think that we allow this homogeny talking and all this other stuff to kind of, I don't know, overshadow the good stuff that's happening in Korea. And we don't want to talk about all the good stuff that's happening. So I'm not going to sit here and just pretend that, homogenous society and, and colorism and stuff is like the only thing going on in Korea. Because it's not. We've moved so far past this at this point that it can't all be that. And there's clear evidence I've just presented for you guys of examples where colorism is not being a huge issue as a lot of people are saying it is. So that was the only point of why I wanted to make this video, is to say that. I think I can hang my hat on that. And yeah, I think I can hang my hat on that. I don't think that it's a bad thing what's going on. And not everything's bad is my point. Not everything's bad. A few people came in but left. So yeah, not many people came in at all. Maybe like a few people on and off came in and left. But nevertheless, this is why I wanted to make this video, so that I wouldn't have to constantly stop and start the camera when I have a new point to make, because it kind of takes my mind out, and I hate it. But it's on my mind now, and I need to get it out of my brain now. So going forward, guys, I am going to be honing in a little bit more on this stuff, because I think I'm becoming too comfortable with just happy-go-lucky K-pop reactions and stuff, which is fine. It's just that I want to push myself a little bit more. And it's going to be a very difficult road. It's going to be a very difficult road. I know it is. But I want to combat the opposite thought so much that at this point, since I've already put myself out there with the 2 videos I did, I may as well keep going. Of course, I'm going to be as cordial and as careful as I can be with some of the stuff I say, not for the sake of people's feelings. No, arguments are not made to spare people's feelings. Arguments are made to get a point across. And if my point getting across means that some people's feelings are hurt, that's just how it's going to be. But I would rather, I'm going to be more cordial as far as YouTube, because YouTube's been, I'm not at the point where I can be monetized, but YouTube, if you talk about like racial stuff, or I'll put it this way, if you're blatantly being racist or you're talking about racial stuff a lot, they will demonetize your channel, right? So I'm trying to avoid that in the future. So that's why I'm like trying to be as careful as I can. But I think the truth needs to get out there that we've been placing too much colorism stuff on Korea instead of looking at the beauty of what Korea is giving us. It's not just K-pop, guys. It's not all just K-pop. It's more stuff than K-pop. It's more stuff than K-dramas. There are people who you will never know about. Some of you probably never even heard of Joseph Butsu till I just said it. Right? Because you focus on K-pop and K-dramas and stuff like that. Some of you have never even heard the name Joseph Butsu. A lot of people know Sam Ochiri, but not many people know Joseph Butsu. Right? A lot of people know Sam Hamilton, but not many people know about, what's that guy's name? The white guy, Chad Future. A lot of people don't know about, yeah, that's K-pop, I know, but it's not really as K-poppy as K-pop is. Chad Future. You know, a lot of people know about some of these names, but then there's some names that people don't know. And I want to highlight them and give them their flowers. And give Korea their flowers for actually embracing these people and saying, listen, not all of Korea is homogenous. Not all of Korea is racist. Not all of Korea is discriminatory against darker skinned people. That narrative is a false narrative. Yes, I'm saying it is a false narrative. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. There are clear examples that show the opposite. So not all of Korea is like that. A lot of the topics people are not going to like me for, but going forward, I'm going to talk about, like, there's topics about, I have a thought process about blackface. My idea about now, hold on. I'm not saying that it's right, but there are certain cultures that are not being, I think, racist when they do it because they're depicting a character that was in an anime who's black. Yes, the portrayal of black people in anime I don't like. Big lips, black, bald people with big pink lips. Like, why can't their lips be regular like everybody else? That's why I like anime like Bleach that don't show, like, that show black people looking like cool. Like, they look dope. They look like they're humans that live in the world instead of like other anime that depict us in a weird way. But that said, there's nuances to this whole blackface thing that I really, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for making videos about it. I know I am, and I'm closing my eyes because I can foresee danger. Red flags. I know people are not going to like it. But I feel like nobody's talking about it because we shouldn't talk about it. We shouldn't talk about it. No, we should. Let's talk about it. Not everybody has the same thought process. I think we should talk about it. People have different belief systems. So let's talk about it. And another thing that I've noticed especially in my channel, and this is not me complaining about stuff, I'm just saying, I don't like that because there's a white person in my chat that's agreeing with me or whatever, or agreeing with someone who might have the opposite opinion from what the general populace in the chat is saying. That does not mean that someone should be discounted or discredited or told that they have no seat at the table to discuss these things, especially when you're talking about race, right? I'm gonna try not to get into that too much in this live stream. I'm just saying I think we should let other people who aren't black talk as well, right? People who are trying to understand, not people who are blatantly racist. I'm talking about white people or any other ethnic group who's not black who want to have a seat at the table to talk about like what they think about the racism about black people and like this, like I just, there needs to be conversation. We don't have enough about it. And also, there's another thing that I may not be able to share these kinds of conversations on YouTube because of how strict YouTube is becoming. So I might talk about it exclusively with just Patreon members or whatever when I actually, because my Patreon is up, it's just not running yet. It's not running yet because I haven't put all of my stuff on Patreon yet, including my information about all, payment and all that. I haven't put all that up yet. But I do plan on activating the Patreon and all that stuff later on because there are topics of conversation that we don't talk about, and I want to talk about it. And I'm not, this is coming from someone who's not a racist, I don't hate anybody. Sounds very crazy, but I don't hate anyone. I have no reason to. And even if I had a reason to, it doesn't give me the right to. I don't think anybody has the right to hate another person. Like, hating a human being, another human being, is implying that you hate yourself equally as much. Or at least you probably should hate yourself equally as much. Because you're privy to the same mistakes and pitfalls that person is that you hate so much. So hating them is like hating yourself. I could never hate another human being. Just not in me. I can dislike you. I can say that a lot of the things you say is not like good, or like you have a really bad moral compass, or I could even call you a trash person, right? Like you're just trash. But I could never say I hate you, right? I could never say I hate a person. It's strong. Hate is really, really strong. But love is stronger. So I love everyone. So I'm not going to come at this from I'm a racist, or I'm a misogynist, or I'm a this and that, because that's not me. I'm not racist or misogynistic or anything like that. So my conversations will be respectful, but we will talk about it because we need to. I think we need to. Intelligent conversation does not include racists, because racism is not intelligent, right? So only intelligent and if there is a person who happens to be racist that enters in conversation, I would happily talk to them in love, right? I will. But yeah, I'm just thinking about things that I want to do in the future. But of course, this channel is Reactions K-Pop Inspiration, so it's going to be reactions in K-pop and inspiration. Everything is going to come from the lens of a K-pop, the lens of K-pop from the perspective of a K-pop fan who just so happens to be black. Not that my skin color plays a huge role in being a K-pop stan. I don't care what color you are. You're a K-pop stan, you're a K-pop stan. It is what it is. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm going to end the live stream. No one's coming in. I'm talking to myself, and it's like 39 minutes. So I'm going to end it. Thank you for the few people that came in and left. I appreciate you coming in. Remember to like the live stream video, please. Please like it a lot. I'd appreciate it. You could even share it if you want. I'm thinking about maybe editing it, but I don't know exactly how to go about editing it in the YouTube editor. I know you can use YouTube editor to edit live streams and stuff, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. Plus, I need time to do that, and I don't have a lot of time on my hands with the number of reactions that I've just created for myself today. So I will get onto the reactions, right, and start editing them. But I will say, I really hope that we can have these kinds of conversations in the future, and that, no, I'm not going to back down from talking about serious conversations that we should have. We should have them. I would love, and that's why I want to expand my reach and like speak in Korean, and because I want to communicate with Koreans who also can have a seat at the table and talk about this. This is their society. Who knows it better than them? I think it would be amazing to talk to Koreans about their own experiences seeing these sorts of like things in their country. So, yeah. And another thing, because there was a commenter who said that I should stay in my lane and mind my own business and don't talk about stuff in K-pop society and stuff like that. That's mind my business. I'm trying to think of the way to say this without being rude or insulting. To tell me to not do that, to tell me to stay in my lane and mind my own business and stay out of Korean stuff, right? Except for K-pop, right? Is no, no. First of all, that's not how it works. Korea has adopted so many of our culture as far as music and even like dreads and cornrows, stuff like that. How can you tell me to stay out of Korean stuff when Koreans don't stay out of our stuff? I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing that. They have every right. They have the freedom to do that. And I'm not hating on them because of it. Like a lot of people that probably think like you do would probably hate on them for that. I'm not hating on them for that. I think it's fine for them to wear whatever hairstyle they want. My point is that they are dipping their toes in American cultural stuff, right? Me giving my take on stuff in Korea that pertains to like black stuff, you're telling me that I can't say anything about it, even though it's literally stuff. Well, colorism. I guess you're talking about colorism in Korea, but colorism didn't begin in Korea, and it's literally almost the same It's the same concept in every other country. Literally, the definition of colorism, the discrimination against people of the same ethnic group that are of a darker skin complexion. This is everywhere. Just because I'm not Korean, I should shut up about it? Let that sink in. Because I'm not Korean, I'm black, and I'm from America, I should shut up about Koreans wearing do-rags, Koreans wearing dreads, or being discriminated against by their own people with darker skin, when it's the same concept as if a black person discriminated against someone who is also black but of a darker skin complexion. And I should just shut up about it because unless I'm saying what you believe, I should shut up. That's what I got out of that. Unless I'm saying what you believe, unless I'm part of the echo chamber, I should shut up. I should mind my business, don't say nothing. Sorry. That's not how it works. Right? That's not how it works. I will never shut up. I will never shut up about this. This is not something that is isolated. If it was an isolated incident, you would know about it, I would know about it. It would be just Korea. But the news spreads on the web to everyone. And these people who are reporting on it are also not from Korea when they report on it on all K-pop or what is that, Soompi or whatever that thing is called, Koreaboo something, all these little places that you get all the Korean Hallyu news and information from. These people are not Korean reporting on it. And if they are Korean, then their words are being translated in English for us to look at and consume and look, read. So for you to tell me to stay out of Korean society business when you're not telling all K-pop to do that, you're not telling any of these other little article publications to do that, you're not telling other like YouTubers to do that. Maybe it's because other YouTubers are in the echo chamber too, I don't know. But because I have a difference of opinion, automatically my thought process disqualifies me from ever talking about anything Korean societal related, which is, it's a dumb argument to me, because, you know, it's like, I'm not African. I'm a black American. But if I talk about African stuff, no one's going to have a problem with that, unless, of course, it's Africans that are coming at me saying that you don't know a thing about our country, don't say nothing. Even if I'm like citing history, I don't think the Africans would do that. I'm just saying, like, giving an example. But no, I think I have a right to talk about whatever I want. Especially if it's... Because here's the thing. You're like, well, stick to K-pop. Well, I'm not the one who claimed that what Taemin and Key said was colorist. All right? I'm sticking to K-pop. I'm not sticking... How do I say this? I'm no more sticking to K-pop than the people that have accused Taemin and Key of being... Of their statements being colorist. So I have every right to say what I'm saying, just like everybody else does. Right? So that's my thought process on that. Okay, 46 minutes. I'm going to go. I think I said enough. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. I'm going to see if I can't edit this down, because there are parts that need to be edited down. And it's a 46-minute long video. I don't know how long. I don't know, guys. Just... I didn't even title this. See, I have something to say about this, and I forgot to title it again. See, I just went live and didn't title it. I need to do better. I need to do better. All right, I'm going to go now. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Videos are coming to you this week. Don't worry. I got you guys covered. Moonlight Antonio is back with reactions, so don't worry. Going to help you get through the week. Love you guys. I'm going to see you in the next one. But until then, peace. Bye. Bye, guys. Take care. Have a great week. And I hope that daylight savings didn't mess you guys up too much, because it kind of messed me up a little bit more. Love you guys. Bye.